Jack Novak hated Thursdays. Not for any philosophical reason, he wasn't that deep, but because Thursdays were when the cosmic entities typically showed up. And today, as he straightened his blue polyester uniform with "Earth welcomes all" embroidered across the pocket, the existential dread was particularly strong. Another day in paradise, Jack muttered to the empty lobby of the Celestial Beings Welcome Center, a converted 7-Eleven on the outskirts of Tucson, Arizona. The location had been chosen because, according to the higher-ups, desert landscapes photograph well for the divine Instagram accounts. The center had been established after humanity finally discovered that Earth wasn't special at all. In fact, it ranked somewhere between quaint roadside attraction and gas station bathroom on the cosmic importance scale. The real kicker. Gods from every pantheon across the universe had been using Earth as their vacation spot for millennia. Jack checked his watch. 8:58 a.m. The center opened at 9 o'clock. He glanced at the day's reservation system on his tablet. "Oh, you've got to be kidding me," he groaned. 3 major deities, all arriving within the same hour. The divine equivalent of a triple booking. "Myrna," he called toward the back office. "Did you double-check the reservations like I asked?" A crash sounded from behind the beaded curtain separating the lobby from the administrative area. Myrna emerged, looking like she'd just lost a fight with the copy machine. Again. Paper clips clung to her gray hair, and a sticky note was attached to her forehead reading, "Order more cosmic entity insurance forms." What? The reservations? Myrna adjusted her cat-eye glasses. "I thought you said decorations, so I put up some streamers." She gestured vaguely to the ceiling where, indeed, 3 sad paper streamers hung limply, one already detaching. "This is why we can't have nice planets," Jack sighed. At 67, Myrna was the oldest employee at the center, possibly the oldest on Earth, and absolutely terrible at administrative work. Yet somehow, the gods adored her. Especially her homemade cookies, which Jack secretly suspected contained some illegal substance from Alpha Centauri. The front door chimed. Jack plastered on his customer service smile, the one that said, "I'm dead inside but professionally so. Welcome to Earth, how may I?" The words died in his throat as a 6'5" Norse god in designer workout gear ducked through the entrance. Thor. But not the Hollywood version, the real deal, complete with a man bun and carrying what appeared to be a yoga mat under one arm. "Ah, my favorite backwater dimension." Thor boomed, his voice rattling the local deities and where to find them pamphlets on the counter. "Jack, my man. Still rocking the polyester, I see. How's the soul-crushing job treating you?" Before Jack could answer, Thor slapped a protein shake onto the counter. "Be a good mortal and watch this. It's my special blend. Lightning essence, protein powder, and a splash of that kombucha stuff you Earthlings are so fond of." Jack barely had time to nod before the door chimed again. A woman entered, looking like she'd just stepped out of a TED Talk on how to rule the universe and influence people. Her gray pantsuit was immaculate, her dark hair pulled back in a severe bun, and she carried a tablet that occasionally emitted small electric sparks. "Athena," Jack acknowledged with a nod. "Welcome back to Earth." The goddess of wisdom looked up from her tablet, her gray eyes calculating. "Jack. You're still here. Fascinating. I'm continuing my research on how primitive species cope with cosmic insignificance. You're an excellent case study." "Always happy to help with divine research," Jack replied dryly. "Where can I set up?" Athena asked, already moving toward her favorite corner. "I need strong Wi-Fi. Last time the connection was spotty, and I missed the Intergalactic Wisdom webinar on managing your mortal worshippers in the digital age. The Wi-Fi password is still humans4cosmic_entertainment, all lowercase," Jack replied. The door chimed a third time. "Oh no," Jack whispered. A colorful whirlwind swept into the lobby, bringing with it the scent of jungle rain and ancient temples. Quetzalcoatl, the Aztec feathered serpent god, had arrived, today choosing to appear as a flamboyantly dressed man in his 30s with iridescent feathers for hair and snake print boots that were absolutely not made from his relatives. Darlings! Your favorite serpent god has arrived. Quetzalcoatl announced, tossing a rainbow-colored scarf over his shoulder dramatically. He spotted the other two deities and his smile faltered momentarily. Oh. It's a party, I see. Quetzalcoatl, Thor nodded, flexing subtly. Still doing the whole serpent thing, huh? How retro. At least I'm not trying to reinvent myself as some fitness influencer, Quetzalcoatl sniffed, eyeing Thor's yoga mat with disdain. Athena didn't even look up from her tablet. If you two are quite finished with your divine posturing, some of us have actual work to do. I'm conducting serious research. On what? How to be a buzzkill across multiple dimensions. Quetzalcoatl retorted. Jack stepped between them, hands raised. Welcome, honored guests, to Earth, your cosmic getaway destination. If you'll just sign in at the registration desk, we can get you all settled without any divine incidents. Remember the policy, no smiting, no plagues, no turning humans into animals without the proper paperwork. The three deities grumbled but moved toward the check-in counter where Myrna waited with forms and her famous cookies. Jack took the momentary peace to check his messages. The tablet pinged with an alert from Cosmic Central, the governing body that oversaw all intergalactic affairs. He opened it, expecting the usual bureaucratic nonsense. His blood ran cold. Notice of planetary demolition, the message read in glowing red letters. Earth scheduled for removal in 48 hours to make way for intergalactic highway bypass. All complaints must be filed in triplicate with the Department of Cosmic Infrastructure. Have a nice day. This can't be happening, Jack muttered. We're already a tourist attraction. They can't just demolish us. What's with the pale face, mortal? Thor asked, returning with a cookie crumb in his beard. You look like you've seen Hela in a bad mood. Jack showed him the tablet. Thor's expression shifted from amusement to confusion. But where am I supposed to do my cosmic CrossFit? Earth has the perfect gravity for resistance training, he protested. Athena appeared at his shoulder, reading the notice with narrowed eyes. Interesting. I haven't completed my research yet. This is highly inconvenient. Quetzalcoatl peered over them both. They can't do this. I just opened a chain of authentic Aztec fusion restaurants across your southern states. The reviews were finally improving. Jack looked at the three bickering deities and had what alcoholics refer to as a moment of clarity. Earth was doomed unless he could convince these self-absorbed cosmic entities to care about this backwater planet. To them, Earth was just a quaint vacation spot, a cosmic dive bar where they could slum it among the primitives. But it was his home. You know, Jack said slowly, it would be a shame if word got out that you three, some of the most powerful beings in the cosmos, couldn't save one tiny little planet from demolition. Think of the hit to your divine reputations. All three gods stopped arguing and stared at him. Are you attempting to manipulate deities through pride? Athena asked, one eyebrow raised in what might have been respect. Me? Never, Jack said innocently. I'm just saying, Thor's followers would be pretty disappointed to learn their god of thunder couldn't stop a few cosmic bulldozers. Thor's grip tightened on his protein shake until it burst, splattering the counter with neon blue liquid. No one questions my power. And Athena, Jack continued, warming to his theme, imagine all that research data lost forever. All those case studies on human behavior, gone in an instant. The goddesses, I twitched. My research is too important to be interrupted. Jack turned to Quetzalcoatl. And you, well, where else in the universe can you find beings who will worship you just for bringing them decent weather and good crops? Plus, your restaurants. My Quetzalcoatl food trucks are just taking off, the serpent god murmured, looking genuinely concerned. Jack suppressed a smile. Hook, line, and cosmic sinker. So what do you suggest, mortal? Thor demanded, crossing his massive arms. Well, first we need to find out who's behind this demolition order, Jack said, thinking fast. Then we need to present a united front. Show them that Earth is under divine protection. A strategic alliance, Athena nodded approvingly. Logical. I do love a good drama, Quetzalcoatl added, clapping his hands together. Saving a planet will look fabulous on my celestial resume. As the gods began arguing over who would be the face of their Save Earth campaign, Jack's tablet pinged again. Another message from Cosmic Central, this one marked urgent. Developer representatives en route to Earth for preliminary demolition assessment. Arrival imminent. As if on cue, the sky outside darkened. The welcome center's lights flickered. A low hum filled the air, growing louder until it rattled the windows. They're here, Jack said, a knot forming in his stomach. The three gods looked at each other, then at Jack, an unspoken agreement passing between them. For the first time since they'd arrived, they weren't competing for attention or arguing over petty divine matters. Well, Thor said, cracking his knuckles as the ceiling began to shake with the force of whatever was landing outside, it looks like this cosmic backwater might need some divine intervention after all. Myrna poked her head out from behind the counter. Should I put on more coffee? I think we're about to have more guests. The ground trembled as a sleek, obsidian spacecraft landed in the Welcome Center's parking lot, crushing Jack's Honda Civic. His insurance definitely didn't cover acts of cosmic real estate developers. Out stepped three figures that could only be described as aggressively corporate. The leader, a blue-skinned humanoid in a suit sharp enough to cut diamonds, approached with the confident stride of someone who'd closed deals on 7 planetary extinctions before breakfast. I don't like this, Thor whispered, still loud enough to rattle windows. Quiet, Athena commanded. Let's assess before acting. Greetings, primitive life forms, the blue-skinned being announced as he entered. I am Zarvox Prime, Chief Acquisition Officer for Galacticorp Development. We're here to begin preliminary assessment for your planet's demolition. Jack stepped forward, knees nearly giving out. Welcome to Earth. I'm Jack Novak, manager of the Celestial Beings Welcome Center. We'd like to formally protest this demolition. Zarvox's expression didn't change, possibly due to cosmic Botox. Protests must be filed in triplicate with the Department of Cosmic Infrastructure. Now, direct us to your planet's core for the matter disintegrator measurements. I can't do that, Jack replied, faking confidence. Zarvox noticed the three gods. Local deities, I presume. He sniffed dismissively. Thor stepped forward, electricity crackling. Thor, god of thunder. Athena, goddess of wisdom. Quetzalcoatl, feathered serpent god. Zarvox checked his holographic watch, unimpressed. Yes, very quaint. Local deities, I presume. We've dealt with your kind before. Section 7, Paragraph 13 of the Galactic Development Code clearly states that indigenous divine beings have no legal standing in demolition proceedings unless they can prove continuous worship by at least 30% of the population for the past 3 millennia. The three gods exchanged glances. 30%? Thor muttered. I blame those Marvel movies. Completely inaccurate portrayal. I've been focusing more on academic circles lately, Athena admitted. My followers were somewhat depleted after that unfortunate human sacrifice business, Quetzalcoatl added with a wince. Zarvox smirked, which on his immobile face looked like a slight crack in porcelain. As I thought. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have a planet to measure for demolition. Wait. Jack blurted out. You can't just destroy Earth. It's. He searched desperately for a compelling reason that would matter to soulless corporate types. It's a designated divine heritage site. Everyone in the room turned to stare at him. A what? Zarvox asked, his voice dangerously flat. A divine heritage site, Jack repeated with more confidence than he felt. Protected under the, Cosmic Preservation Act. Athena caught on quickly. Indeed. Earth has been a sacred vacation destination for deities across the universe for millennia. Its demolition would constitute a violation of our divine rights to recreation. And my fitness regimen, Thor added helpfully. And my restaurant expansion plans, Quetzalcoatl chimed in. Zarvox's eyes narrowed. I see no record of this designation in our files. It was at this moment that Myrna chose to shuffle forward, still with the sticky note attached to her forehead. Oh, that would be my fault, dear. The paperwork was filed ages ago, but I might have sent it to the wrong department. You know how it is with cosmic bureaucracy, worse than the DMV, and I should know. I've been renewing my license since they were written on stone tablets. The corporate trio exchanged uncertain glances. Zarvox's assistant leaned over and whispered something in his ear. We'll need to see documentation of this heritage status, Zarvox insisted. Jack's heart sank. They were doomed. It was all made up. Documentation. Myrna laughed, the sound like wind chimes. My dear, I've been managing divine paperwork since before your species evolved opposable thumbs. She shuffled behind the counter and rummaged through an ancient filing cabinet. Papers flew everywhere. Ah! Here we are. Myrna triumphantly held up a glowing scroll. Where had that come from? Zarvox unrolled it cautiously. His eyes widened. This appears legitimate. Signed by the cosmic overseer themselves. He looked up with newfound respect and fear. This document is 10,000 years old. Who are you? Myrna adjusted her cat-eye glasses. Just a paperwork enthusiast. Earth is protected under Section 42 as both a divine heritage site and, she peered over her glasses, a rehabilitation center for overworked deities. We gods need our vacation spot, Thor said. Very therapeutic. Prevents divine burnout, Athena added. I haven't turned anyone into a toad in weeks, Quetzalcoatl offered. Zarvox huddled with his associates in heated whispers before turning back. This is highly irregular, he said. But the documentation appears valid. Galacticorp follows all legal regulations, no matter how inconvenient. We'll reroute the highway. His face twitched. The paperwork will be extensive. Jack blinked in disbelief. They'd won. However, Zarvox continued, we'll be filing a report with Cosmic Central. There will be inspections to verify Earth status. We welcome inspections, Jack said quickly. Earth takes its divine vacation role very seriously. Very seriously, echoed Thor, flexing only 3 times instead of his usual 7. Zarvox gave them a final suspicious look. We'll be watching this sector. With that, they returned to their ship. The spacecraft lifted off, leaving behind a crushed Honda Civic and the lingering scent of corporate cologne. Did we just save Earth by declaring it a cosmic resort and spa? Jack asked, still not quite believing what had happened. It appears so, Athena replied, already typing notes into her tablet. Fascinating outcome. This will make an excellent case study on improvisation as a planetary defense strategy. Thor clapped Jack on the back, nearly sending him through the floor. Well done, mortal. You've got the heart of a warrior, even in that polyester uniform. Quetzalcoatl was already taking selfies against the Earth Welcomes All sign. This is going to be amazing for my personal brand. Serpent God saves Backwater Planet, I can see the headlines now. Jack turned to Myrna. Where did that document come from? She smiled enigmatically. I've been around a long time. Sometimes you need to create the paperwork to match the reality you want. But Zarvox believed it was real, Jack said, bewildered. In cosmic bureaucracy, perception is reality. If it's filed correctly, it exists. She winked. Why do you think the gods always ask for me? Jack really looked at her for the first time. The way light bent around her. The ancient wisdom behind those ridiculous glasses. The sticky note that wasn't written in English but some shimmering script. Myrna, he said slowly, exactly how long have you worked here? Here. Just since the 70s, she said. Before that, I was with previous management. And the one before that. The gods watched her with newfound respect. You're not just an administrative assistant, are you? Jack asked. Myrna straightened some papers. Everyone has a purpose. Some are gods of thunder and wisdom. Some are cosmic pencil pushers. And some, she smiled, are exactly where they need to be, even on a backwater planet that's perfect just as it is. The next morning, Jack found a new nameplate on his desk, Jack Novak. Divine Relations Manager. Beside it was a memo officially recognizing Earth as a protected divine heritage site and rehabilitation center for overworked deities. A stack of reservation forms showed gods from across the universe were suddenly eager to visit this backwater planet where deities had faced down corporate developers and won. Myrna. Jack called. We're going to need more streamers. From the back office came her cheerful voice. How do you feel about disco balls? Zeus is coming next week, and that boy loves to dance. Jack smiled. Earth might be a cosmic backwater, but it was his backwater. And apparently, the universe's favorite divine vacation spot. Sometimes, being insignificant had its advantages.